Bill Russell is here. The NBA great is a 5-time MVP and 12-time All-Star. He is remembered most for his championships, 11 in all. His Boston Celtics have been named the greatest dynasty of the century in the latest issue of Sports Illustrated magazine. Bill Russell redefined the center position with his shot blocking and rebounding abilities. In 1966, he succeeded Red Auerbach to become the first African-American coach in the game. Bill Walton has said of Bill Russell, his accomplishments are greater than anyone in the history of any sport. 30 years after his retirement from the game, Bill Russell will be honored by teammates, rivals, and friends in Boston on May 26th. I am pleased to have him on this broadcast. Welcome.
Thank you.
This deal at May 26th, this is going to be the official retiring of the jersey, right? Number 6.
Well, what happened was when I was playing, the Celtics was really it sounds, I don't know how it sounds, but it was really a way of life. And it was always us against competition. And so when I didn't want Red to retire my number, and he insisted, because I had long before that decided that I rejected awards.
Including the Hall of Fame.
Yes. And so he says, I can't, do that. So we had a private ceremony, just the team and I.
What was behind this aversion to awards?
Well, first of all, it may sound funny from living in the projects, but I lived a very sheltered life as a youngster. My family just kept me in a cocoon. I mean, they protected me from everything. And so I thought that I thought that everything was fair. Okay, I didn't know any better. And when I went out into the world and I started playing basketball quite well, awards were, how did they do that? And so I made a decision early in my career that what I'll do is I'll try to win every game and win every championship. And if you win those, that becomes a historical fact and not somebody's opinion.
It's a fact.
Yeah, because like in my junior year, I was saying to a friend of mine, the only time an award ever offended me, and that was the last time it offended me, my junior year in college, we were 29 games, we won 28. We're #1 defensive team in the nation. We were ranked #1. We won the Final Four. I was the MVP in the Final Four. I averaged 20 points and 21 rebounds, I believe. And I was the only guy in college really blocking shots. And we averaged 22-point difference margin of victory. And I came home, and the awards dinner for Northern California, I was runner-up to another center as outstanding player.
And you said?
How does this work?
How could it be?
So I said, I will not abdicate the judgment on my career to people that would do things like this. So, because I could go through life really annoyed if I let them determine what my career was like.
You have said in another point, I want to come back to this, but I think it was in conversation with Shaq, and he mentioned a sports writer, and you said, don't dignify a sports writer who has said something that insults you. And what you ought to do is say, I don't know his work, and let the world know that it is of no consequence to you, and you refuse to let that person make a judgment about you and your ability.
Right. It's like when people try to either help or hurt you, they will do things that they value. And until they take the time to find out what you value, they can either help or hurt.
Bill Russell.